If y'all can hear me, let me know. If y'all can hear me, let me know. Okay, I see sound is good. All right. Shalom, shalom.
This is my son.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
We're about to go over.
Alexis.
Yeah.
Alexis. And
Yeah, he'll be here.
Yeah.
He'll be here. I just spoke with him yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking about the same time.
Yeah, we're talking about the same John.
Oh,
Look, I'm not anybody's spot. I'm going to be taking
No. Anywhere y'all want to sit.
All right. Good for me.
We're getting ready to go over this children's lesson on the live stream, and then we are going to get ready for the adult service soon after.
yeah, he wanted to put into see how it's like on your phone. Pull it up on your phone.
All right, y'all. Yeah, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if the sound is good. Give me a thumbs up if the sound is good. All right, Aki, you can turn yours up. I hear the echo. Hallelujah. All right. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. So, we are back with another children's lesson. All the children were supposed to be going over Genesis, the 12th chapter. Supposed to be reading through Genesis, the 12th chapter. Hopefully, your parents went through it with your children. And we're able to give some insight. So when we go over it today, it is not something that is brand new, but it is something that they're familiar with. All right. How many of y'all parents actually went over the Genesis 12 with your children? Hopefully most of you. Hopefully most of you. All right. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to jump right into it. All right, this is Genesis chapter 12, beginning at verse 1. It says, Now Yahuwah had said unto Abram, Get you out of your country, and from your kindred, and from your father's house, unto a land that I will show you. And I will make of you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. Now, the first thing that we look at, and what I looked at with my children, was the fact that he told Abram to get up and leave, right? And the only thing Abram had to go off of was the word of the Most High, right? Also letting you know that the word of the Most High is true. If he say move, you move, right? How do we know that when the Most High's words say move? Well, we read it and we understand it, right? But let's see what happened. Verse 3 says, And I will bless you, and curse him that curse you, and in you shall all the families of the earth be blessed. So through Abram's seed, all of the families of the earth were going to be blessed or increased. Some say that through the children of Israel's fall, this is how all the nations of the earth were actually blessed. But even in the seed that was promised through Isaac, that came Mashiach, when salvation comes, the nations of the earth that cleave to the children of Israel, that believe, they will be increased as well. Right? Let's continue to read. It says, So Abram departed, as Yahuwah had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. And Abram took Sarah his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran. So Abram, his wife, his nephew, everything that they had, and all of the people that they had with them, right? Whether it was servants or whatever have you. It says, And they went forth into the land of Canaan, and into the land of Canaan they came. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Shechem, unto a plain of Moreh, and the Canaanite was then in the land. Shalom. And Yahuwah appeared unto Abram and said, Unto your seed will I give this land. And there builded he an altar unto Yahuwah, who appeared unto him. So we see him going into the land of Canaan, which we know will actually be our promised land, right? And he built an altar. For my children out there, what is an altar? What exactly did he go and he built? What is an altar? So an altar is a place of worship, right? A place of sacrifice for the Most High. So we can sacrifice to the Most High. We pray at the altar, right? So this is what he built. Wherever he went, there was an altar built. Because who's first with everything that you do? The Most High. No matter what. The first thing that you're supposed to think about when you wake up in the morning, the last thing that's on your mind when you go to bed at night is supposed to be the Most High. No matter what. Right? But the first thing he did there was he built an altar. All right, let's keep on reading. It says, and he removed from there unto a mountain on the east of Bethel and pitched his tent. So, before he pitched his tent for them to stay in, for them to sleep in, what did he do? He built an altar. Before he even thought about what he was going to do for sleep, the man built an altar to the Most High, which is very, very important and very, very key. All right? Because without the Most High, you don't have a place to stay. You don't have a place to sleep. You don't have food. All right? So it's very important that we consider the Most High first with everything that we do. So we'll continue. This is verse 7 again. And Yahuwah appeared unto Abram and said, unto your seed will I give this land, and there he built an altar unto Yahuwah, who appeared unto him. And he removed from thence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west, and Hai on the east. And there he built an altar unto Yahuwah, and called upon the name of Yahuwah. And Abram journeyed, going on still towards the south. And there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to live there. For the famine was grievous in the land. So let me ask y'all a question, for those of you that are watching out here. When they said that there was a famine and they went to Egypt, what does this remind you of? What does this remind you of? Right. So this will remind us of when the children of Israel actually went into Egypt, right? Due to a famine. Joseph got put up high amongst the Egyptians. There was a famine, and the rest of his brothers, they all came to Egypt where they dwelt, right? When they came there and they lived there, how long was they there? Long time. Long time. Shalom, my kids. They was there for a long time, right? When they say 400 years plus, they was there. But let's see something here. What transpires here? Okay. This is verse 11. And it came to pass when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said to Sarah his wife, behold now, I know that you are a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass when the Egyptians shall see you, that they shall say, this is his wife, and they'll kill me, but they will save you alive. Now this is kind of different than what we teach, right? What do we teach our young men to do? Stand firm, stand bold, hold fast the profession of our faith, right? Don't be fearful when it comes to any man. But right here, Abraham appears to be fearful. He's afraid. And so much that when he looks upon his wife and he says, you're fair to look upon. When it says that you're fair to look upon, what do you think he's saying?
And she's beautiful.
He's saying that she's beautiful, right? You're so beautiful that when they see you, they're going to look at me and say, oh, that's his wife? Oh, we got to kill him so we can have her. Right? Let me ask y'all a question. Based on the commandments that we go over every week, why do you think those men would kill Abraham to have his wife?
Because because if the husband's still alive, then it would be adultery.
Because if the woman is still alive, then it will be considered adultery. Now, what does that mean for Egypt?
Well, I think that my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I think that everybody was given at one point in time the commandments. They all understood. They all understood the mind of the Most High, and that's just the way that things were at the time. So.
That would mean that there's an understanding of some sort of commandments, right? So a lot of people would say that all of these people here are lawless. No, that's not true. There is a moral standard in life in general. Okay, when the Bible says don't kill, don't steal, don't lie, don't bear false witness. When the Bible talks about honoring your father and your mother, when the Bible talks about honoring the Most High, whatever religion or whatever you see in the world today, they honor their God. They understand that there is a moral code, but that's built in us. Nobody has to teach you that it's wrong to steal from somebody without you knowing already. There was a moral code amongst these people at this time. Now, based on Abraham's assumption, their moral code couldn't be too righteous, because he felt like they was going to kill him. No, we don't want to commit adultery, but we'll go ahead and commit murder. You know what I mean? But that was his assumption. He didn't know for a fact that this is what was going to happen. Right? He didn't know this for a fact. And it also shows that at this particular point in time, Abraham is not leaning on the fact that he has the Most High with him wherever he goes to keep him. Right? But let's see what happened after that. Verse 13, say, I pray, that you are my sister, that it may be well for me for your sake, and my soul shall live because of you. And it came to pass that when Abram was coming to Egypt, the Egyptians beheld the woman, that she was very fair. Now that part he was right on, right? When them Egyptians saw her, they seen that she was very beautiful. Right? Abraham had him a nice looking woman. Abraham was walking around with a oh, this is a kid's lesson. Abraham was walking around with a beautiful young lady. Right? So he was right in that. But his other assumption was that these people would try to kill him if they knew that this was his wife. Okay? So let's keep reading. It says, and it came to pass when Abram was coming to Egypt, the Egyptians beheld the woman, that she was very fair. The princes also of Pharaoh saw her and commended her before Pharaoh, and the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. Now, by Abraham not saying that this was his wife, the princes of the Pharaoh came and said, man, she's so fine, we have to take her to the Pharaoh. She looks that beautiful that our Pharaoh deserves to have this woman. Not knowing that this was a man's wife. If this man was to say that this was his wife, would they actually have taken her? That's the question. The only way we know the answer to that is to continue to read. Right? Let's not make any assumptions. Okay? Let's see what happened. This is verse 16. And he entreated Abraham well for her sake. So what he done? He done blessed Abraham. He done gave him all type of gifts and everything, right? Oh man, appreciate your sister. Hey, here, take this, take that. This is his wife, right? A man is giving him gifts to be with his wife. In no way, shape, or form is this acceptable. And for my young men, I never want to hear anything like this being in your behavior. The Most High says to love your wife as Mashiach, the Messiah, loved the congregation. And he gave his life for it. So even if those men were going to kill him because that was his wife, that was something that he was supposed to be able to stand up for. Knowing this first, that the Most High was there to protect him. Right? The Most High told him, hey, this land is going to be yours, for one. He told him that his seeds was going to be as the sands of the sea. None of that could happen if these men kill Abram. Right? So if he actually at this moment believed what Yahuwah had said, then he wouldn't have been afraid that they would take his life. That makes sense? All right, let's keep reading. I'll start at verse 16 again. It says, and he entreated Abraham well for her sake, and he had sheep and oxen and donkeys and men servants, maid servants, sheep, donkeys, and camels. They done gave Abraham a whole slew of stuff. And Yahuwah plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues of Sarah, Abraham's wife. Now, because this man done took this other man's wife, right? The Bible doesn't say that they were together, meaning that they slept together. Okay, that's not what the Bible says. It just says that he has her. Okay, so he has her, and the Most High has plagued Pharaoh because of it. Right? What do you think the Most High was trying to do? When he plagued Pharaoh and his whole house, what do you think the Most High was trying to do? What we got?
I think he was trying to prove to Abraham that I think it was more about Abraham. I think he was more or less trying to prove to Abraham that he's his protector. You don't got to worry about, breaking the laws to satisfy, or you want something irrational to satisfy enemy or a person that's not.
Okay. So it was more so to prove to Abraham, hey, you don't have to do this.
Right.
Right? Okay.
To be fearless.
To be fearless. Right? Fear not. Right? You done left home. I done told you to leave home from where you know. Right? Come to a place that you don't know. And now you get scared when you get here. Right? Be fearless. Okay. What else? I see somebody on the chat says to protect her. Okay. I like that.
To show the king of Egypt that Abraham's his prophet.
So here we have this, right? He plagued Pharaoh to protect Sarah, to protect Abraham and Sarah's union, right?
Right.
To prevent Pharaoh from even touching her. Because once Pharaoh touches her or sleeps with her, what is it? Now it's adultery.
Right.
It's already done. But if I plague this house, if I warn Pharaoh, this woman off limits, then maybe he won't go and do the unthinkable.
Right.
But at this point in time, Pharaoh don't even know. You got to think, Pharaoh he having a good time. You done got this beautiful woman, all this stuff, he good to go. And all of these plagues start popping off. We got to put two and two together, y'all. What's going on here? Right? He doesn't know. According to the Bible, it says, speak you every man truth to his neighbor. Because Abraham didn't tell the truth, now Pharaoh was getting punished for it. Right? I know we like to look at our forefathers in such a light, which is good, but we have to call the truth the truth. Abraham not giving the entire truth caused Pharaoh, an innocent man at this point in time, to be plagued. Right? So you see how your actions can actually affect somebody else? How if you're not careful in what you're doing and what you're saying, that you may not be the one affected, but it may affect somebody else. Right? And let's see what happened. Verse 17 again. And Yahuwah plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. And Pharaoh called Abram and said, what is this that you have done to me? Why did you not tell me that she was your wife? Why said you she's my sister? So I might have taken her to me to wife. Now therefore, behold, take your wife and go your way. And Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent them away, and his wife, and all that he had. Now, when it said he sent them away with all that he had, what did that include? That included the stuff that Pharaoh gave him. He didn't even take his stuff back. Right? So, in this, we see that because of Abraham's lack of faith here, somebody else was punished. But we also see a story being foretold for the future. So Abraham is called what? According to the Bible, according to those songs that you probably heard, right? Father Abraham, and his son, father. Right? I hear you over there. Go ahead and sing, brother. I hear you. Right? So we understand that Abraham was known as a father to many. Who else is known as a father to many? Adam. Okay. Who else? Jacob. Okay. I can allow that one to pass. Who else? A father to many.
David?
No, not David. Somebody that is known to be a father of many. The Most High. There we go. Right? The Most High, father of many. Watch how this kind of plays out, y'all. So, Abraham went into Egypt with his wife, and his wife was taken. The Most High sent Joseph into Egypt, right? Where the children of Israel came up. And what happened with the children of Israel with Pharaoh? They were blessed at one point, and then what happened? Then they went into slavery. So what did the Most High do to Pharaoh and all of his house? He plagued them. Right? He plagued them. And what did Pharaoh finally do? What did he say? Man, get on up out of here. Ain't this what happened right here with Abraham? It's the same exact thing. Right? So this was a foreshadowing of something that was to come.
In the beginning of chapter 12, he said, I will bless him that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And then these shall all families of the earth be blessed. It shows that was I'm thinking that could have went along with the reason why he, kind of put Pharaoh through what he was putting him through to back up what he said in the earlier texts.
But nobody cursed Abraham at this particular point in time.
Right.
Right? Abraham was in the wrong at this point, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
But Yahuwah showing him, hey, look, man, I'll always be there for you, right? But yeah, that's Genesis the 12th chapter. That's Genesis the 12th chapter. I want to kind of hone in on continuing to have faith in spite of, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what it looks like, you have to always believe and have faith in the Most High, right? Because without it, we're nothing. According to the text, when they first touched down, the first thing that Abraham did was made an altar. When you get up in the morning, make sure you say your prayer to the Most High. Before you try to turn your TV on, before you go and run and grab breakfast, before you do any of that stuff, make sure you say your prayers to the Most High. And thank Him for allowing you to wake up. Before you go to bed at night, make sure that you say your prayers to the Most High. It's important that you show the Most High what you're thankful for. Right? All right. Do we got any questions that we need to answer on the chat? No? I wish we could do our 3 hallelujahs before we get out of here, but we ain't really got no children in here. So, next time. With that, we say shalom. Next week, I want y'all to read Genesis chapter 20. This is going to be dealing with Abraham yet again. I want y'all to continue to see the pattern. Okay, I want y'all to see the pattern. Faith is the key. Doesn't matter how old you are. You have to understand what faith is. And you have to be able to identify where your faith is getting exercised at. Okay? So we'll go over that next week. All right? With that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
I do want y'all to, for those of you that are be jumping over to the adult lesson, go ahead and get prepared. We'll be opening up the doors for people to come in. All right.